ladies and gentlemen. We do have a team dropping solo down in the mines. They're going to be having that entire space to themselves, but we're going to be going over to the north, to Eventide Temple, immediately getting the perspective of our Valder, the only Valder in the lobby. Two-tick does get pressured here, is forced to use that F3 almost immediately, having lost the majority of his shield, but he's sending out those wind slashes, and XCG is going to lose a member already. Oh, baby! The damage, the coordination, very nicely done there by JDG, able to lock down two players, stagger them so that Two-tick can come in with that wind slash and have it not be parryable. Very nicely done by JDG, but we're jumping over to Sunwing. Moran getting staggered outside the sand wall, and Dongxing taking full advantage of it. JJH does get a parry coming out from Godley, but unfortunately not really able to capitalize on it. He does get the Tessa ultimate onto Corki, and they're going to be chasing him down. The F... Oh, no, wait, he doesn't. He cleanses it immediately. And Godley is now on the run, trying to make something happen. Corki forcing it, the ultimate here. Dongxing immediately goes over to try and res water, but he's ready for Godley to come in and try and interrupt, and immediately sends out that blue focus. Very nicely done by this team. But we're going to be going over to DRG and J-Team. J-Team, one of those teams in that bottom six who desperately needs to find a way to crawl up to that top six qualification spot, and this Moonbane might be what they needed. Unfortunately, though, the Wu-Chen is going to be able to come in and save their souls. Lee does get rezzed up here, and Z is going to try and chase down DRG, but it's going to be a very difficult task.
Yeah, it's going to be unfortunate. They did lose a member early there, forcing the revive out onto Lee. They could try and get the focus off, and it looks like they're able to get Zai out here, actually, with this. This could be an easy confirmed kill here. The 1-2, and Zai is going to go down to J-Team's Lee, turning this into a 3v2. Huge parry coming out as well. Able to dodge the parry punish damage, but we are going to see Wushin98 is going to end up getting hit. We are going to see him go down. There's only one member left, but all three of them getting stunned by the Tessa stun. This could be dangerous, but WFC going to go down pretty quickly here. DRG, the top team, one of the top teams in this game so far, gonna get taken out and absolutely blitzed by our very own J-Team. Ladies and gentlemen, J-Team on the board with 3 eliminations. Super hyper aggressive so far, and this is what I love to see coming out from this team. Coming through with 3 eliminations. Hopefully they'll be able to follow it up. Maybe they'll even try and go for a couple more. It is easier to scale up, so they might be playing their life a little bit more freely. For this first life, they desperately do need to put a lot of points on the board. Right now, they're sitting at 37.2, and the threshold is 54.5 points, and that is subject to change. JDG's already on 3 eliminations. That could go way up. So they are going to need to put in a lot of work if they want to reach 6th place. It could be done. It can be done.
Yeah, it can be done. I think I said it was going to be difficult, and they managed it anyway. Huge from J-Team. Actually, that thing is, I think it did come down to DRG making a bit of a blunder. The Viper coming out from behind the tree just a little bit too early and getting his ultimate cancelled and getting stunned, and then immediately just getting absolutely blown to pieces by J-Team. Very nicely done by them, but I think it may have come down to DRG making a bit of a mistake, unfortunately. But we'll see. Perhaps that is the fight that they needed to build their confidence and to build their mental so that they can continue in this game. Ooh, a very nice parry going out from Two-tick there, reading the release from Xiaonan. Xiaonan now forced to use his ultimate to stay alive, but he's in a 1 versus 2. ZDI is also waiting in the wings to jump in if need be, but it's not going to be necessary. A 2 versus 1 is all they need, and they take him down. But we're jumping over to Wreckage here. Alliance going up against BBE. Roy Hee using that ultimate trying to lock down those players, and they managed to get the stun onto Lane. Lane, having used that F3 to try and avoid the stun, unfortunately just wasn't able to create enough distance. But now the third party is going to be coming through from WBG. Sleepwalker in that Xayah ultimate is about to get stunned up by that Tessa ultimate. Unfortunately, though, Axiao is going to be focused down there. I think the silence must have come through as well, as he wasn't able to use that ultimate, unfortunately for him. A man down now. WBG is going to try and salvage the situation, but the Tessa ultimate again is going to be able to lock down Sleepwalker. He's going to get stunned up, and there it is. And BBE is actually going to be coming away with the dub in this fight, I'd imagine, although they are a man down. WBG is in a very bad spot. They're going to be using that Wu-Chen ultimate to secure the escape. They're now sitting on 6 eliminations. BBE is not going down without a fight.
Definitely putting up a very good effort right now as Alliance trying to shark that last kill away and take out all the members of WBG. As we're going to see 5-2-1 dropping a Bane on to looks to be EWG, as they are going to be trying to run away and get out of this as fast as possible. We do see that Matari ultimate getting popped already, as they're going to try and just escape from this fight. They do not want to engage really quickly. I'm pretty sure they have lost their original life already. 5-2-1 with their rebirth in hand, so they are going to probably try and aggress onto this, but they do want to hold on to their Bane as long as possible. Giving this up would be a pretty risky move, so they are going to end up rotating to the other side here, trying to see if they can catch them on a rotate and see if they can maybe scale up their looting a little bit more. They do have the a bounty on them, as they might even run into WBG's Baiji here, who is going to be getting a reset, and hopefully their team members are going to start respawning pretty soon, putting them into this area. But with 2 ults in hand, especially the Takeda and Kurumi ult together, it's going to be very difficult for Baiji to come away with this elimination if he's able to get something. You do see the souls around, and Baiji is going to have to hold into that bush before they decide to take that respawn. If they would have just taken it a second earlier, 5-2-1 would have had 2 more free eliminations. Baiji would have tried to help out, and they would have been able to close out the game and get a 3rd one there. Baiji still with his resurrection available, though, so it could have gone a different way. Baiji would have been able to take his res and be the last remaining player, buy his team back. You know, anything can happen. ZE and J-Team up in the top there going for that Realm of Yang.
Indeed. And also, it definitely speaks to the fact, to the changes and how impactful they are, as 5-2-1 just running around with very little loot. I think it was 2 blue armors and 1 white armor at this point in the game, when we're seeing Realms of Yang spawning in, and they haven't managed to find at least 3 blue armors or better. You know, it's kind of crazy to think how the loot situation has changed with the Immortal War adjustments. But looks as though they might be able to find something in Celestra, although JDG has just come out of it, so they might be picked clean, and it's not a gold area. So we'll have to wait and see. WBG in the zone there, looking to loot up in the storm, it seems. Hopefully they're going to be able to find something for themselves coming back into this game, because they're definitely not going to be able to go into the Realm of Yang. However, FPX definitely are, and they're definitely ready to go. 2 purple armors and a blue under their belt on the Sand Siphon. One of their favored compositions. I feel like Dongxing has shown us time and time again his prowess on the Takeda. And they're going to be going up against JDG, the Valda composition in our 5th game. 2-tick on this Valda. We have to see if he can make something happen. We're kicking it off momentarily. Dongxing goes to the sky, tries to I think he tried to charge R&B there, but unfortunately he does screw it up a little bit, goes to the ground instead, but does get the grab with the F1 there. Somebody did blue focus him. It looks like a huge parry coming out onto Corki. Does get juggled up here. The Tumulk ultimate now being forced to try and protect him. The Farrier and the Yueshan ultimates also down on the field. 2-tick holding his for the moment, probably to try and use it later on. Potentially, if he does get taken low, he's going to have that 2nd health bar to work with. Corki taking a lot of damage, getting focused down by the Yueshan and by 2-tick. He's trying his best to stay on his feet, but it's so unbelievably difficult. The Valda Spear is going to come through. Now Corki is going to get blended by these dual halberds, and the Jade is going to come through as well. Water gonna get locked up as well. Now Dongxing left on his own, and JDG are gonna come away victorious from this realm of Yang. What a performance there. They just went ham.
That is textbook Valda spears, ladies and gentlemen.
It is indeed.
Hitting every single one of his spears, getting the max amount of value out of it, getting the martial artist Jade into another spear, and coming away with the elimination. The Yushan follow-ups from his team, the synergy was perfect for them as they come away with the victory in the realm of Yang. It looks like J-Team ended up not going into the realm here, as they are going to be taking their lives elsewhere. Looks like EWG might be ready for some kills, though, as they are 0 eliminations. Looks like they got a free Yang. They're going to try and take this Vermilion Birdmite and shark down J-Team as they're coming up with a way stacked loot pile. Gold weapons, purple weapons, and purple armors in hand for almost every single one of their players. J-Team's Lee already getting sharked out here. Huge
oh
damage.
My lord.
He already going down here. This could be very unfortunate for the rest of their team if they go out pretty early. J-Team's Ice now going to get a huge parry as the Wuchen port is going to end up taking them out of this area. As perfect job from the Wuchen to be able to get them onto this reset here. And wow, a very, very fast elimination onto Lee. Very scary. Alliance Lane is going to take what seems to be fall damage.
So this is, I actually don't really know exactly what this is. Genuinely, I actually don't know what that death marker is. You know, I think it's definitely not full damage, because full damage doesn't really exist in Naraka.
Yeah, that's why I was confused.
I think it must be, it's not the Yang depletion thing either, I don't think. I think it must be something to do with like taking damage. I mean, it must be, maybe it's self-inflicted damage by hitting yourself with a fire cage or something like that, potentially.
Who knows?
Possibly, I'm not sure really. I don't really know. But Alliance, they're all alive here. Bo, oh, actually, as I say that, he's not alive anymore. Does get taken down by BBE here. Roy Hee now coming in with this Viper ultimate, trying to lock down this team. Immediately canceling his revenge, manages to put enough distance between them, but it's not going to be enough. Unfortunately, the other teammates are going to be hot on his heels, and Alliance are now 2 members down. Unfortunately for them, it's going to be up to their remaining player to try and salvage this game, although I don't think is going to be easy, as WBG is coming in with this 3 versus 1. The F3 is going to come through, but it's... Oh, does he hit the musket shot? He does not. Axiao hits the pistol shot, and WBG is going to clean up the last remaining member of Alliance. Thankfully, they're not necessarily in the hot seat, so to speak. They're not going to immediately get taken out of top 6. However, they could be overtaken by JDG, as JDG has been doing an extremely good job so far this game, on 7 eliminations already, and they're very prepared to keep the ball rolling going into this endgame. FPX, unfortunately, have that Yang depletion with only 40 seconds left on the clock. They're going to have to find some kind of way to get back into this game. JJH, very close by, might be able to find something here, but he's got no ultimate and he's on his own. It's looking pretty cooked for Dongxing, unfortunately. I think he's going to try. He's going to try for it. He is. He's grappling in. Go on, son. Get him. Dongxing, I respect it. You know, you got to respect it. You got to respect the attempt. Well, it looks as though his teammates are showing up. Perhaps he was just trying to delay as long as he could for his teammates to arrive. But in doing so, he's not given himself enough time to actually get these eliminations, as the Yang depletion is going to take him down momentarily. And there it is. JJH is actually going to pick up 2 eliminations from this, because they did a little bit of damage to 2 of the members before the Yang depletion took them down. BBE spotted out this fight. Let's see if they can take advantage of this third party. The counter grapple coming through. Very nice to prevent Aibin from chasing him down. And it looks as though it might have been enough to stop them from aggressing. BBE not able to find the entry onto this fight, unfortunately. And JJH are going to make it out alive.
And if you weren't watching the kill feed or paying attention, XCG got fully eliminated. And guess who picked up the kills? It was J Team with 3 kills coming around. EWG ended up picking up 1 more kill onto J Team as well, but I'm pretty confident that they Wu Chen ported out of there because they are back up to full strength as we speak. But they're now on 6 eliminations and climbing even ever so close, a little bit closer every single time to get that place in 6th. Here we are in the second Realm of Yang, JDG versus EWG, and it looks like the rest of the Realm of Yangs are going to be free for the rest of these players. 2Tick does have that martial artist Jade again. We're going to see most likely the same strategies coming out from them. The lockdown from the Volda ult is going to be very, very helpful for them, as the amount of damage that they're going to be able to follow up with is going to be huge. JGG's 2Tick already no armor on the field here, as we're going to see Kiki forced to ult up already. 2Tick able to get themselves a cheeky little heal pot off, as EWG's 9 doing a really good job at locking these players down with that ult. But we're going to see the martial art Jade take so much health away, and the follow-up from the Yushan ult going to be dealing so much damage. Volda ult coming out now, trying to see if they can get a player. Misses the first one here. 2Tick ending up going for a pot really quickly. Great peel from that Feria ult to be able to deal a lot of damage and hold down these players, as they were able to get 1 player away with that spear. But these players are getting reset so fast. We're going to see that spear come out one more time. EWG's 9 going to get hit with that.
He finds it.
The martial artist Jade coming out one more time. And EWG's 9 taking so much damage here. Not getting parried from this shot either. Like, every single time he's able to come away with it.
Let's go, the parry.
On 14 into the uppercut, or into the jumping LMB. Trying to get the 1-2 off, but the peel from Xiu just doing such a good amount for peel here. Tries to go for the parry, isn't going to be able to come away with it, and EWG is going to become victorious in the Realm of Yang. Wow, what a crazy fight that we saw go off here. Flipping over now, DRG going to be fighting inside one of the stashes here against 521. DRG going to get charmed by the Tessa as well as 521. Every single one of these players of 521 going to be charmed. We're seeing the Wu Chen port come out, and 521 now going to try and recover this and come away and pick up the kill. Looks like they are going to be heading to the outside of the map here. They do have that Mystic Might buff available for them, so they will be able to see where these players are going. But it looks like they're not going to be trying to engage too quickly again, because they have burned all of their ultimates. 12 minutes and 25 seconds left. Circle 3 closing on to Circle 4 in 30 seconds. J-Team on 6. BBE on 8 in the lead. Take it away, Dunk.
JDG, though. They are on 7 eliminations, and they are in that top 6, but they're in the hot seat, and they definitely need to find 3 more kills pronto, as they have the Yang depletion ticking away. They're still in the soul form, probably going to try and use this to scout a team out, try and find a team fighting or just lurking, trying to stay hidden, potentially looting up on a shop, whatever it might be. They're going to have to res pretty soon, as that timer is also ticking down. Only about 60 seconds left. They're going to have to res themselves up. 521 still on the hunt with that Mystic Might buff, trying to see if they can spot out any solo players lurking at the edges of the zone. It's exactly the kind of strategy you want to be going for with this buff. As we can see, EWG also doing exactly the same thing here, lurking at the edge of the zone, trying to spot out any solo players that they can find. JDG now having spawned in, desperately trying to find somebody to kill, but it's gonna be hard. I think potentially they went to check the shop to see if there are any rebirth charms. Potentially one of them can commit seppuku, Sudoku, whatever you want to call it, with a Sudoku. Fire cage. Sudoku, you know, the Japanese seppuku thing where they kill themselves.
No.
And then have you never heard of this? It's
no, I thought you were talking about like Sudoku, like, you know, that the game.
No, I know, but a lot of people call it Sudoku as a meme.
Okay.
But yeah, no, they can potentially go down to a fire cage or something, like poison, potentially a poison mushroom, and buy themselves back with another one of their teammates. but it doesn't look as though they're going to have the money to be able to do something like that. So they're definitely going to be forced into a fight here. A minute 30 left on the clock, immediately engaging onto J-Team. Very unfortunate that J-Team is in their sights here. However, Tessa ultimate comes through, getting at that charm onto Tutik and the Yueshan, but it's not going to net them a stun here. And it looks as though Wu Chen is going to commit that ultimate to try and take them out of danger here. They can smell the desperation coming out from JDG. They know that they need these kills, and that's why they're aggressing so strongly. Tutik now turns his attention over to DRG. Xi turning around with that F2 to try and slow him down and to deter the onslaught of this team. But JDG, they're still hungry. They need this Soul Bloom so desperately. They're constantly trying to lock him down, but it's so unbelievably difficult. And now the Tessa ultimate is going to come through. The Viper ultimate as well is going to lock them down. And here it is. Tutik, unfortunately, just gets locked down, and the bow shot is going to come through from JJH Moran to finish him off. And JDG, one member left alive, does get the parry onto 521 here, but it's looking pretty rough. Jumping into that mech now, very low HP, doesn't have very much time left on this Yang depletion. I'd say he's likely just going to end up getting taken down by 521 here. I thought perhaps he'd try and fly up to the sky, grapple to the trees, but it's not looking as though he's going to be able to do that. And 521, although actually 521 is not going to pick up the kill. BBE with the very nice and precise cannon shot's going to come in and steal the kill away from them, taking them up to 9 kills for BBE. Actually, 521 doesn't have a single elimination, unfortunately.
Yeah, they're having a rough go of it right now. No kills up on the board, and well, another person having a rough go of it. J-Team's Lee is getting sharked out by their team. They're focusing on the Viper first, which is normally what these players are doing when they're coming up against this blind date composition. They want to focus out the Viper, and Lee has just been has been no peel from the rest of J-Team and going down so low or almost dead every single time they've been engaging into a fight, not being able to capitalize on that Viper ult, being forced to try their best to peel, but they never successfully come away with the peel. It's a little bit unfortunate for them. Hopefully they'll be able to do something better in this end game. But BBE doing a little bit of last minute shopping, hopping into that storm for a second, gonna heal themselves back up, dropping the health jade to get the most value out of their heal pot. And we're going to see the Spirit Well fight on the other side of the circle. WBG trying to contest TE. It looks like TE is going to come away with the gold armor. And the Jades looting that up super fast. The F3 coming up from Han, giving them a little warning shot. No ult zone had been popped, so no one was able to use their ultimates to be able to give themselves an advantage in capturing that Spirit Well. So they're going to be holding on to this side, switching back and forth all of the loot that they had captured from that Spirit Well, as WBG getting pressured on from both sides. It looks like 521 wants to get aggressive and active right away here, as the F1 pop from Pampy is going to get that overhold onto Baiji. We're seeing that F3 coming out, Sleepwalker creating a decent amount of space, but not able to connect. Baiji getting dangerously low here, forced to back off, and it looks like 521 is going to be able to recover the entire area here without any fight, because WBG just taking way too much damage, backing off of this area because they don't want to be the center of attention in this final circle. Already taking so much damage. Baiji needing to heal up, as well as Sleepwalker. They do have the pots to do it, but they don't want to stand still and get caught out. J-Team's Lee gold armor in hand, finally maybe giving him a little bit of an advantage not go down and die super fast into this next fight that they're going to have to take. Wu Chen ultimate almost available as well, so could be useful for them. DRG Zai going to take a lot of damage from the Moonbane here. Going to get a little bit of help from that Wu Chen as well. Get a bit of shield back from the F3, as J-Team's just going to be holding that outer circle of the storm here. No one wants to enter into the middle because they are not going to risk getting hit from a Moonbane at this stage in time, because it will be very unfortunate to get hit by a Moonbane. The whole lobby sees it, you get focused on, and you go out. With 5 minutes left, we've taken a look at our scoreboard. BBE on 9 kills, J-Team on 6, JDG already fully eliminated, but they were on 7. EWG also on 6 kills. These bottom teams are really trying their best. The only team in the top 6 with more than 5 kills, it was JDG, and they are already out. JJH is the next top team. TE and DRG are still in the game, but they do not have any kills, or they only have one in the case of DRG. WBG Sleepwalker trying to hold space with that golden staff, as JJH trying to put focus onto them from the side with these cannon shots, dealing a lot of damage onto Sleepwalker here, as the other side seems to be a little bit calmer. J-Team kind of just hanging out on the other side of the area, and DRG as well, just jumping around, but WBG taking a lot of damage.
Indeed, you don't want to be the center of attention here in this endgame, and that definitely means death, especially if you're in a composition that just cannot sustain and protect yourselves against ranged weapons and ranged projectiles just peppering down upon you. It becomes extremely hard for certain compositions. 5-2-1 here, looking as though they've managed to secure themselves a nice little spot, having that pulse sword running around, holding R&B, constantly pressuring any team that comes close. J-Team, unfortunately, has only managed to find one gold armor. The other two members sitting on blue, not looking too good. But they are on the Viper comp here, and they do have a few trees to work with. So if they're able to find a Viper ult drop down, they could definitely get themselves a few eliminations here, but it's going to be rather difficult. They have positioned themselves inside this 3-ban zone, which is can be dangerous, but it can also just prevent any team from wanting to come in and engage on you. And thankfully for them, they do have that Wushin F3 to protect themselves from that Ferrier. The Ferrier trying to get some value out of the ultimate there, able to create the wind wall and heal themselves up just a little bit, giving themselves time to get that reset. Looks as though a Karumi ult has been popped here. Oh, perhaps not. I don't know. There was a golden effect. I thought it was a Karumi ult. But, oh no, wait, it could be. It could have been something, or somebody on the other side of the wall there. Also, the Hardy team that we have is still alive. In fact, TE's Leo does get taken down pretty low. The Hardy that I just mentioned, forced to use that Ferrier ultimate to try and stay alive and apply some external pressure here. 5-2-1 looking to engage onto this team. Looks as though they've managed to pick up a kill already onto the Ferrier. Unfortunately, not able to stay on their feet. Leo now trying to do as much as he can with this Ferrier mech as it's still going. About to expire, though. J-Team have taken to the skies, looking for an opportunity to drop down with the Viper ultimate. Looks as though Pampy might have put himself in a bad position there. Does lose all of his armor, forcing his Karumi to use that ultimate to try and keep him alive. The F3 coming through, getting so much value. Pampy still on his feet, thankfully. J-Team, here it is, the Viper ult that I was talking about. He does get the stun, but it's immediately peeled by the F3 from Azai, and unfortunately he's not going to be able to get any eliminations for himself. However, a few eliminations have gone over to the side of DRG, picking up 2. J-Team do pick up 1. J-Team, I mean, unfortunately not able to get all that much, but they do get 1 there. DRG are popping off, though. They've picked up 4 eliminations in the space of very little time, but one of them is taken down extremely low. Lee, he's full HP. He's looking to get aggressive, jumping in with that Viper F. Unfortunately does get caught by the Zai ultimate, forcing him to try and step back and find himself a tree to climb up and potentially get a reset off. Sleepwalker now getting a Oogly with that Zai ultimate, trying to get as much damage on the board as he can. Wushin dangerously low, unfortunately not able to stay alive. Sleepwalker's on the ball, and he's managed to accumulate 70% of his ultimate while in his ultimate. So as soon as he comes out of this, he's going to be able to use his ultimate very quickly afterwards. Sleepwalker picking up another kill, taking them up to 10 eliminations. Only 11 now. BBE also on 11, but they've lost a member or two. And it's looking like WBG might be taking this lobby for themselves now, focusing onto Aibin. Aibin also so unbelievably low. Sleepwalker's just doing so much with this Zai ultimate. The server admin, if you will, running around and running the lobby, doing so much with this golden Zai ultimate. Now forced to go and try and pick up their teammate who did get taken down, unfortunately, but is going to be able to pop that ultimate and immediately get back on their feet. Sleepwalker does take a bit of damage from this pulse sword. Leo doesn't have ultimate just yet, but might be able to get it just before the end zone. Godley, so unbelievably low, does manage to get a heal, though, fortunately for JJH. JGH down a member. They're going to have to try and find something. Climbing up this tree, not Godly gets sent packing into the zone. Sleepwalker now dangerously low at the bottom. There's a Yueshan there. He's just preventing him from getting inside. TELYD doing work with this Yueshan ultimate. But DRG is actually going to be the last man standing. It all just fell apart at the seams at the very final moments.